According to spoilers for Young and the Restless, Melody Thomas Scott's character Nikki Newman is busy in Genoa City. The matriarch will have to use all of her cunning to prevent the Newman family from collapsing on the CBS soap drama, even though they have never been a cohesive unit. On Young and the Restless, a lot is going on with this legendary family. According to spoilers, Nikki Newman is in the middle of everything. Victor Newman, Eric Braden, believes he has already acquired Saxair's media. Recent spoilers, however, suggest that Richard Burgi's character Ashland Locke breaks the pact. Conniving Ashland flips a coin to determine whether to sell the business to Victoria Newman, Amelia Heil, or Billy Newman, Jason Thompson, according to previews for coming Young and the Restless. That follows an attempt to encourage them to disparage one another. Although Victoria appears to have won the coin toss, things might still go any way. Vicky later throws this in her father's face in Young and the Restless spoilers. As a result, Nikki Newman will find herself sandwiched between her daughter and her husband. Additionally, it appears that their daughter may report her younger brother to the police. Nikki may then have to protect Victoria from her father. According to spoilers on Young and the Restless, Victoria wins Locke's coin toss. In order to stop her father from becoming closer to Adam Newman, Mark Grossman, she might possibly buy the business out of him. This will not sit well with the mustache. He will not hold back from berating her for what he considers to be betrayal. Nikki Newman is thus forced to choose between them, and she is undoubtedly on her daughter's side. According to recent Young and the Restless spoilers, Vicky has the ability to turn the tables on Adam and their father, making this scenario appear quite likely. However, Victor might use that as an excuse to remove her from her position as CEO of Newman Enterprises. He has expressed his lack of confidence in her ability to judge Billy. He also said that in order for her to maintain her job at the company on Guy and R, she needs to get her act together. These threats won't sit well with Nikki. In any case, Nikki Newman will always stand by her daughter. Nikki will be the first to congratulate Victoria when she is granted the privilege to purchase Saxair's. Furthermore, Nikki will do every effort to persuade Victor to change his mind about Young and the Restless if he attempts to unseat their daughter. However, if the daughter betrays the brother, things might grow worse and Nikki Newman could be in the middle of a family feud. Despite her distaste for Adam, Nikki understands that her husband wants to mend his relationship with the wayward son. However, they are all under a lot of stress now that Adam is wanted for attempted murder. In addition, he saved Faith Newman, played by Raylan Castor, from a terrible disaster. After this brave deed, Nikki Newman and others are conflicted about Victor's youngest. Joshua Morrow's character Nick Newman feels obligated to his brother for this kind gesture. However, spoilers for Young and the Restless reveal that Nick is also falling for Chelsea Newman's, Melissa Claire Egan, scam in order to place the blame on Adam. Vicky, on the other hand, cannot forgive her half-brother. Nikki Newman will have to make an effort to unite the family during these difficult times. For the Newmans, chaos is almost a family heirloom in the world of the Young and the Restless. Power struggles, betrayal, secrets, and retaliation have long been the main sources of drama in Genoa City. However, one woman, Nikki Newman, will try her hardest to contain the fires in the upcoming episodes. Over the years, Melody Thomas Scott's character, the Newman matriarch, has played a variety of roles, including survivor, wife, mother, and businesswoman. However, I&R spoilers hint that she will soon assume a new role, that of the family peacemaker. Will she be able to keep her unstable tribe together before it blows up again? Because there is always a cost to peace for the Newman family. The tension surrounding Victor Newman's most recent power maneuvers at Newman Enterprises has been roiling in Genoa City for weeks. As usual, the Black Knight has been testing his children's devotion, manipulating them, and reminding everyone who is in charge. This time, though, even Victor's family is displaying signs of fatigue. It appears that Victoria, Nick, Adam, and Nikki have all reached a breaking point. Viewers will show Nikki entering her Newman Enterprises office at the beginning of the week, already appearing exhausted. She has cleaned up too many messes, witnessed too many fights, and seen too many of her loved ones depart for combat. Her face speaks for itself. There was a time when Victor's schemes thrilled me, Nikki muses in her confessional scene. I respected his might and strength. Now though, For him, our kids, and all of us, I only want peace. But when the Newman name is involved, peace is difficult to achieve, as she will soon discover. Victor calls another spontaneous family meeting, the kind that everyone dreads, and that's when Nikki's problems start. The stately Newman Ranch serves as both the backdrop and the site of innumerable family confrontations. It is a representation of riches and heritage. Victoria and Adam are at war over leadership, as the patriarch quickly announces his new intention to combine portions of Newman Media and Newman Enterprises under his direct supervision. Victoria isn't having it. She already feels marginalized. "You can't continue to treat us like chess pieces, Dad. My position is something I earned. You can't simply take it back whenever you want to." Adam adds gasoline to the flames while leaning against the wall and wearing his smug half-smile. "It's funny that you never gripe about being in charge until I threaten you." Nick moans as he tries to defuse the situation. Here we go once more. At the heart of it all is Nikki, who is torn between her children's animosity and her husband's ambition. Softly but firmly, she interrupts, "Victor, please. The family is being torn apart by you. Instead of fighting, can't we figure out how to cooperate?" Victor turns to face her, his voice clearly steely. "I'm keeping this family together, my love. You simply don't like my method." At that point, Nikki understands that finding the calm she seeks will not be simple. Following the unpleasant encounter, Nikki launches a low-key effort to mend the division within her family. In an attempt to reach her children's better angels, she pays each one a separate visit. Victoria's office is her first destination. The typically calm CEO is pacing because she is upset by her father's meddling. "Mom, he doesn't respect me. He hasn't. He views me as a stand-in until he determines who is truly deserving of the throne." Nikki touches her daughter's arm tenderly. "You have demonstrated your worth 100 times over. You are no longer in need of his approval. But nothing will be resolved if you attack him. Living your life as you see fit is the best kind of retaliation." For a little moment, Victoria softens but is unable to release go. "All I want is for him to view me as an equal, not just his daughter." Next up comes Adam, who is surprisingly open to Nikki's arrival at Crimson Lights. Over coffee, she informs Adam, "I'm not your enemy. All I want is peace for this family." Adam laughs sorely. "Do you desire peace within this household? It would be like asking a lion to adopt a vegan diet." Nevertheless, Nikki notices a glimmer of sadness beneath the sarcasm in Adam's eyes. She is aware that, despite his pride, he longs to fit in. "Perhaps peace begins when someone chooses to put an end to conflict," she murmurs. "Adam, you might be that person." Adam remains silent for a moment. Then he murmurs, "We'll see," with a little resigned sigh. Nikki comes home later that night, exhausted emotionally. She pours herself a glass of sparkling water, a modest yet potent reminder of her continuous struggle for self-control and sobriety. She sits by the fireside and considers how much she has been through in a heartfelt solo moment. Nikki has endured everything, including her turbulent early years with Victor, her struggles with alcohol, and the numerous betrayals she has forgiven. In her inner monologue, she states, "I've rebuilt myself so many times. However, I'm not sure if I can re-establish this family." She knows she must try, nevertheless, because who will if she doesn't? According to Vi and R spoilers, tensions between Nikki and Victor increase behind closed doors as the week goes on. In their bedroom, Nikki challenges him, her voice more acerbic than normal. "You're losing them, Victor. Each and every one. The mind games have worn them out." Ever rebellious, Victor straightens his tie. "They'll change their minds, they always do." This time, Nikki cautions. "Adam, well, you've pushed him to the brink once more." Nick is separating himself, and Victoria is questioning everything. Victor's eyes soften a little when he finally turns to face her. "Nikki, do you think I like this? Do you believe that I enjoy watching my family split up?" When she notices the moment of vulnerability in his eyes, she stops. Then halt. Give them the freedom to live their lives. Have faith in them to guide without interfering. However, Victor Newman is a man of control, and he has never been one to give up. Nick, meanwhile, unexpectedly joins Nikki on her peacekeeping assignment. Nick, the Newman children's moral compass, always takes the initiative to mediate disputes between his siblings. He joins Victoria for lunch at a scene at Society and gently reminds her, "We can't let Dad win by tearing us apart. No matter what his goals are, we must unite." Victoria stirs her coffee and sighs. "You sound exactly like your mother." "Yes," replies Nick, grinning a little. "Perhaps she's influencing me." Nick also catches up with Adam back at Crimson Lights. After years of animosity, Nick believes it's time to put their differences aside, at least for the time being. "We're never going to be best buddies," Nick explains. "Mom is correct though. The fighting must end. We must stop providing Dad with excuses to pit us against one another." Adam gives a contemplative nod. "Perhaps you are correct. For once." It appears that Nikki's influence is gradually beginning to take effect. The Newman family gets together at the ranch, once more for dinner in a rare instance of family time. Shining in a silver gown, Nikki grins as her kids engage in civil dialogue. For a fleeting, radiant instant, it feels like the good old days. Warmth, laughing, and even a glimmer of true love. "To family," says Victor, lifting his glass. "The biggest empire I've ever constructed." Nikki's smile wavers just a bit because she understands those words have a deeper meaning. However, something unexpected occurs before she has time to think about it. Adam unexpectedly prepares his own toast to Mom for attempting to prevent this family from destroying itself. "The only person who still thinks we can all get along is you." Nikki's eyes sparkle. Victor appears impressed as well, but grudgingly. However, Genoa City's peace is short-lived. Victor's face suddenly hardens when he receives a text message on his phone just as dessert is being served. He moves away from the table and excuses himself. Shortly after, Nikki follows him and hears a portion of a discussion she shouldn't have. Victor speaks into the phone.